Hi everyone, Laura Rantala here from Online Learning and Educational Technology. I'm our Student Technology Help Desk Manager and I teach Learn 11 in the online environment. This is the first part in a two-part video to support you in accessing and using ConferZoom. ConferZoom is an online conferencing platform that provides faculty, staff, and administrators, as well as our students in our California Community College system, the ability to meet virtually. In this first part of the video, I'm going to show you where you can access ConferZoom, how to sign up for an educator license account, and how to log in. In the second video, I'm going to show you how you can access ConferZoom within Canvas if you want to use it for any of your courses. So if you're a faculty member listening to this, both videos are important because the first one shows you how to create an account. The second video will show you how to use it within Canvas. So let's go ahead and get started. So at Long Beach City College, inside of our Viking portal, which is located under Quick Links, as well as on the left-hand side here off of our main LBCC homepage, you can actually log in to find a quick link to ConferZoom. And that's how we recommend that you get into ConferZoom. So from here, we would go ahead and click on the button to go in, and that'll bring us to the home page of ConferZoom. There's a few things to point out here that are quite important. Number one, down here on the lower right-hand side is a button for support. There is support for ConferZoom outside of Long Beach City College. It's provided by our California community colleges through Tech Connect. So you can reach them here at this phone number or via email, and they're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. They also have after-hours support that's available for you. In addition to the support button, they also have a button for guides. And on this site, there's actually quite a few guides for you to look through. So depending on how you want to use ConferZoom, maybe there's some tools that you're considering using or different settings, there are a lot of guides for you to take a look at. And I'm just going to do a quick scroll to sort of give you an eyeball of what that would look like. So you could pick through the different guides as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, it is available to you through Tech Connect, which is through our California community colleges. So the step that we're going to do now is actually have you sign up for an account. So if you have not signed up for a ConferZoom account before, or if you're not sure, this is the first thing that you want to do. So we're going to click on sign up. And then from here, you're going to put in your information. So first name, last name, email. Email is very important here. Please make sure that you put in your Long Beach City College EDU email address. That way it knows that you are a part of our system, and then you'll get an educator license, which is very important. And then you want to type in our organization name, Long Beach City College, your classification, title, and phone number, and then you can go ahead and just click on sign up. Upon clicking sign up, you're going to receive a notice that looks something like this, which is letting you know that you have successfully submitted a request to ConferZoom for your account to be created. Now, this could take a period of time. Sometimes it's relatively quick, but depending on volume, it could take up to 24 hours. So please be patient. So the next thing you're going to want to do is log into your Long Beach City College email account to look for an email from ConferZoom. Once your account has been successfully created, you will receive an email that looks something like this. One final step you're going to need to do from your email account is to click here to activate your account. So that's the next thing you'd want to do. Once you click on the link, you're going to be brought to a page that has you welcoming to Zoom. It's going to have you fill in a little bit more of your information. So this is where you're going to type in your first name and your last name, and then create a password for your ConferZoom. And then you're going to want to confirm that password and then click on continue. Next, you're going to see a page that says you can start your test meeting. So now you've officially created an account and you're in. You've got two choices here. You can either start a meeting to click around and see what that looks like, or maybe you need to meet with someone right away, or you can go to your account. And in your account is where you can look at your profile and update any settings, which is where we're going to go next. All right, so I am inside of my ConferZoom account. There's a lot of things to point out here, but I'm just going to keep it simple. So number one, you can add an image if you want to, which is kind of nice for a welcoming, humanizing opportunity when you're meeting folks online. But the main thing I really want to point out here is this user type. So when you log in, it's important that you look here to make sure that you have a licensed account. This means that you have an educator account, which gives you more opportunities to have more participants and be able to be online a lot longer. If you notice that you have a basic account, that means your opportunities are going to be limited. So don't panic. All you have to do is contact ConferZoom, so the Tech Connect folks that I showed you before, and let them know that you need to make an adjustment on your licensing. So the next thing I want to show you is that if you click on meetings here on the left-hand side, this is where you can schedule future meetings, and you can also go back and look at any of your previous meetings. So this is where you're going to be creating anything that you would need to do within ConferZoom. If you're a faculty member and you're planning to use Canvas to create your sessions, you would just be able to skip this part, but know that it is also available to you. In addition, on the left-hand side, they have a lot more options for you. Two things I want to point out. Number one is recordings. Under recordings, you can go back and look at any of your recorded sessions. So if you made a decision to record your sessions and save them to the cloud, you would be able to go back in here and review them. So you can view them, and then also one benefit of saving to the cloud is that you get transcripts for each of those sessions, which could be really helpful going forward. And then another thing here under settings, ConferZoom has a lot of settings for you to consider, and don't be overwhelmed by them. Just pick and choose what's going to make sense for you. Maybe the default that's available currently is what's going to make sense for you right now. But do know that if you were to scroll down, and I'm not going to go all the way down, but you could see that there's quite a few things that you can make a decision as the host, because you're the one in control of whether it is you want to toggle it on or off. Okay, so just know that that's there for you. And again, there are guides available to support you with that effort. All right, so now we're going to move back up to the meetings options, and I'm going to show you two things. Number one, how to schedule a future event, and then number two, how to host a meeting that you need to host at the current time. So let's start with scheduling a upcoming meeting. So to do that, you're going to click on Schedule a New Meeting. And then in here, you're going to have several options. So you're going to want to go ahead and name it, whatever the topic might be. If you needed to give it a description, you could give it a description. Pick your date and time. So I'm just going to pick a future date. So let's say tomorrow at 9 a.m. For the duration, it's going to be an hour. I'm going to select my time zone. It should default to your current time zone, but it's really important that you double check that, because we want to make sure everyone's on the correct time zones. And then you have other options that you could select here if it's something that's going to be reoccurring, if you want any kind of registration required, and so on. So you can take a look at some of your options here. I'm going to leave it alone because this is how I typically set up my Zoom sessions. And then I'm going to click on Save. Once I click on Save, it's going to provide me with ways to share my upcoming event with my participants. So for you, you can consider using Invite Attendees, and then you can just simply copy and paste this link into an email or your Canvas shell, wherever you're going to be using it. Attendees can just simply click on that link without having to have an account. So it's important to note that you as a host have an account, but your students, or if you're going to invite guests from outside, they do not need a ConferZoom account to access this. Something else you could look at here is Copy Invitation. If you click on Copy Invitation, you're going to be given a lot more information to provide to your attendees, and maybe that's necessary depending on the situation. So this could get sent out to the folks who are going to join you. The next thing I want to show you is how you could host a meeting that you need to jump into right away. So if you want to do a quick launch, so to speak, you could click on Host a Meeting. And then from here, you can decide, do I want my video on or do I want my video off to start? For me, I'm going to click on with video off just to begin the process. And ConferZoom is loading, and now it's giving me an option in how I want to use my audio. Your participants will also see this. For me, I'm going to go ahead and join with my computer audio since I know I have that capability on my device.
This meeting is being recorded.
You'll notice that it lets the participant as well as the host know that the meeting is being recorded. For me in my settings, I already have all of my sessions pre-recorded. So I want to make sure the record button is automatically on. You don't have to do this, but it's good for everyone to be aware that the recording is taking place. You can also see up here that it's being recorded. If I want to pause or stop the recording, I could hit these buttons down here. If yours is not automatically recording, you'll just simply see a record button here to turn it on manually yourself. So now that we're in, there's a few things to note. I could select my audio, I could change my audio, I can share my screen with participants, and I can also invite others. So if I had already sent the link out, but maybe I need to invite additional folks, I could do it that way. If we come down here towards the bottom, you'll see you have a few options in regards to your sound as well as your video. So down here, I could mute myself if I needed to. I could also start my video, which I'm actually going to do right now so you can see what that looks like. Hi, everyone. So this is the humanizing side. So you could actually communicate with someone as if they're in the room, but they're not. So you could just use your video camera to do that. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and turn off my video for the rest of the tutorial. So other than the video down here, you can continue to invite others just like you could here. You can manage your participants. So managing your participants is a benefit because if you have someone that you're working with, maybe their background noise gets noisy or you need to help them turn on their camera, you could do that. So if I had other participants in here, they would be listed here. And then on their right-hand side, I would see something similar to what I'm seeing with mine. So my video's off, I could turn it on there as well if I wanted to. Because you're the host, you have the control and you can control your participants. You can also share your screen, which I will do here in a moment. Other than that, you can also do a chat function. So not all of our participants, and this includes our students, are going to have the technology available to them to do every component of ConferZoom. So if you're in a situation where you still need to communicate, you could always do a chat session. And you could choose if you're going to chat to everyone, or you can select to chat to specific participants in your session. And again, pause and stop. And then down here is where you're actually going to end your meeting. I'm going to do that last. I want to show you how to share your screen first. So outside of just being able to communicate, you can also demonstrate something on your screen. So that could be another website, maybe a PowerPoint, or anything else really that you want to share that's available on your computer. So to do that, the option is here in the middle, but I want to show you what it looks like on the toolbar in case this is the only thing you see in your session. So if you click on Share Screen, the green button, it's going to give you some options. It wants to know, well, what it is that you want to open up for everybody. So you can choose to share your entire screen, which would be anything that you toggle to. Your users and or your participants will see it. Or you can select something specific. And I'm actually just going to select this PowerPoint here to show you. So I selected it, and then I'm going to click on Share. And then once I do that, my participants would then be able to see what's on my screen. So I could go through a presentation or demonstrate something to them. When I'm done sharing, I can just come on up here and click on Stop Share. And then it will revert back to being the ConferZoom page. Once you're done with your session, you can go ahead and click on End Meeting. And in here you have a few options. You can end the meeting for everybody, or you can just choose to leave the meeting yourself. It's completely up to you and your purpose for using ConferZoom. Today I'm going to do End Meeting for all. This concludes our first part in our two-part training on how to use ConferZoom at Long Beach City College. Our second section is going to be talking about how to use ConferZoom within our Canvas learning management system. Hope you've enjoyed this video and you can think of different ways that you can use ConferZoom within your classes and within your discipline. Happy Zooming!